What is going on, miners, and welcome back to the Hobbyist Miner channel. Well, day one of Mining Disrupt, it's actually like pre-day one. Day one actually starts tomorrow, which is Wednesday. But check this out, guys, pretty cool. They're getting all set up here at Mining Disrupt. I'm gonna try to show you guys as much as I can today. We're gonna see if we can sneak inside and take a look at them building out Mining Disrupt today. Shh, don't tell anybody. Anyways, we got permission, we're good. But anyways, check this out. Mining Disrupt, this massive ASIC you see here, look at that. Look how cool that is. So it's a huge ASIC. I don't know if it runs or not. I doubt it does. But if the fans even ran, it would be absolutely sick. Check this out here. The big fan in the back for your exhaust fan. Who's this guy right here? DJ Mines hanging out behind us here. Hell yeah. So guys, stay tuned. We got lots of Mining Disrupt stuff coming to you today. Day one, Mining Disrupt, can't wait, here in Miami, Florida.
Hey, how's everybody doing?
Today's video, guys, is sponsored by the team over at Musk Miners. They've made all of this possible for me and the Hobbyist Miner community. Go over and check them out at muskminers.com. They not only offer ASIC sales, so go over there for any of your ASIC purchase needs, but also they offer hosting. So go over and check them out, muskminers.com, link down below. What's going on, guys? So I am here at Mining Disrupt with Dennis Porter. How's it going on?
It's going well.
Awesome.
Just showing up, having a good time. It's cold inside already.
I love it. It is super hot, guys, here in Miami, but I'm here with Dennis Porter. If you guys are not familiar, he's part of the Satoshi Action Fund. Tell us a little bit about that, what it is.
Yeah, Satoshi Action Fund is an advocacy organization. What we do is we travel across the country and we advocate on behalf of Bitcoin miners and Bitcoiners as well. We try to make sure that policymakers and regulators understand the value of the technology.
Okay.
And then we also turn around and we craft public policy internally and we say, hey, now that you love Bitcoin mining as much as we do, here's some policy that you can pass to attract Bitcoin mining to your borders, your state.
Awesome. So, question for you. I know my audience is super interested. How would you summarize the current state right now of cryptocurrency and crypto mining in Washington right now today?
Yeah, it's a really great question. I think we're in a really good spot when it comes to Bitcoin and digital assets really broadly. We have seen a lot of policymakers come out against Bitcoin and Bitcoin mining, but we've also seen some of that happen on the inverse. Recently, Byron Donalds wrote an op-ed where he advocated for the value of Bitcoin mining, particularly for the state of Florida. He's a representative from the state of Florida. I think you're going to see more of that take place as time goes on. I recently just got back from DC. I went there. I visited 15 different U.S. Senate offices. Wow. And it was interesting because I realized we need to do a lot more education. I was meeting with a lot of the folks in the energy world and the environmental world, and they said it was the very first crypto Bitcoin meeting they'd ever taken since their time there.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, it sounds like we're making progress in Washington, which is great. I love to hear it, especially for my community being home crypto miners. They love to hear that someone's out there going to bat for them, which is really good. Dennis, I appreciate your time today. Thank you, sir.
Of course.
All right, guys, I am here with Tobias from the Bitcoin Mining Museum. How's it going, Tobias?
I'm great, man.
Awesome, guys.
Finally get to match a face
Oh,
with
I
the
know,
name here.
right?
Nice to meet you.
It's been an absolute pleasure. So, guys, he actually runs the Bitcoin Mining Museum. And you might be like, wait, what? So what exactly is the Bitcoin Mining Museum?
I get that a lot with a wait, what?
Yeah.
It's only been a decade. For somebody to think about doing this early is mind-blowing. Technically speaking, if you're into crypto, and you guys that are into crypto and Bitcoin probably understand this, every 1 year is like 3 years in the real world.
Yeah,
so technically, we're 30 years into it.
Museum quality right there.
Exactly.
Yep.
So yeah, the Bitcoin Mining Museum came about because I have a shop in North Carolina.
Okay.
And I had different clients, and through the last bear market, some of those clients left their machines with me and didn't care to get them back because they were useless or whatever.
Yeah.
So I started noticing that I'm collecting miners without really noticing
Yeah.
that I'm collecting miners.
Yep.
And I had like 10, 12 machines on the shelf. I cleaned them up, studied up on them, put them in order, and I'm like, let me go find some more on eBay.
Yeah.
So then 20, 30 miners into it, I'm starting to do more research.
Wow.
The more that I get into it, the more that I realize that it's getting more difficult, not just to find them, but to find proper information. The early days, really from like 2012, 13, 14, it's gotten really cloudy.
So it's starting to get like almost lost, like some of that information,
exactly.
And something like the museum allows you to start to document it.
Correct.
So that isn't lost in, I hate to say time, because we're not talking hundreds of years here, but still, it definitely makes a lot of sense.
And then you see some of the OGs from back in the day, you know, that are starting to pass away for certain reasons, and I'm like, hey, let me try to grab as much as I can while I can still physically talk to people.
Yeah.
You know, there's websites out there that have some collected information that helped me out with putting some of this together, but I do want to, like, I'm getting ready to do a part of my website where we'll be recording OGs individually.
Oh, that's cool.
And having a gallery of them.
That's great.
And preserving their, not just their legacy, but their stories and the things that they experienced back in the day that you cannot Google on the internet.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of that stuff is lost to like forums or to different chat channels and stuff like that. It just doesn't exist anymore, especially right now. All right, well, cool, guys. Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and check out the Bitcoin Mining Museum. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and take a look. So, Tobias, show us the oldest Bitcoin ASIC miner you have in your collection.
All right. So it's not even opening day here, but I got to get people to move out of my way.
Yep, clear the seat. Everyone wants to see. Excuse us, gentlemen.
So yeah, I'm pretty excited about this box right here, because this is the first time that anybody, I personally believe that the Bitcoin Mining Museum is the only place in the world where you can find both the black and the silver of the first ASIC miner ever made, the Avalon 1. They only made about 300 of these back in the day, so it's kind of like owning an Apple computer from 1976 out of Steve Jobs' garage.
One of the originals.
But for Bitcoin.
Yep.
You know?
Check that out.
So here at Mining Disrupt, this is the first time that both of them are shown together. This one right here is actually part of one of the earliest documentaries called The Rise and Rise of Bitcoin. And Daniel, from this documentary, was mining with this machine in the documentary, and he donated it to the museum.
That's fantastic.
So this is actually, you know, not just from the early days, but also part of the earliest documentary.
So in this rig right here, tell us what we're looking at here. I see some hash boards. I see some type of fan controller board.
Tell you got air coming in, air going out, and you got 3 hash boards with old chips from Avalon that were actually 110 nanometer.
Wow.
Right now we're at 5 nanometer, and if I'm not mistaken, mistaken, I just read something yesterday that we're getting to 3 nanometers.
Oh, isn't it crazy?
With some what's miner M56 plus 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 plus.
How many pluses can you into a product line? That's impressive there, the way this is built. I mean, there's not much to it. It's a server case, fans, hash boards, fan controller, and power. That's it.
Yeah, with the beautiful thing also that not a lot of people know, and this is fairly new news to the mining industry, that I didn't even find out until recently, but the team that put this together, from the original founders of Avalon, there's the woman that designed the chips is a female.
Okay.
Chen Min is her name.
Okay.
And I didn't even know that there's, you know, I mean, you don't really hear that in the mining space, especially in a chip level.
Yeah.
That you have a female involved, and I think that's pretty awesome.
Oh, it is, especially with one of the first ones that are out there.
Yeah. And then NG, who she worked with, he released and open sourced the code back then, which gave birth to Bitmain and all the other manufacturers. If they didn't do that, they could have held it all for themselves and been greedy.
Yeah.
But they understood that if they do that, they could ruin Bitcoin.
Absolutely,
So they open sourced it and gave a free market for the mining manufacturers.
Okay, so cool. So we have these here, one of the first Bitcoin miners out there. Why don't you show us some, how about your unicorn? The hardest one it was for you to find, maybe one that, you know, most people wouldn't know about.
Okay.
Following you.
Well, first here's all the
I know, look
sequence on the Bitmain.
That's super impressive.
S1 wrapped all around to today's XP.
So most people don't even know what the S1 looks like. You know what I mean? I've never even seen it before.
Majority of them come with a yellow one, but the earliest ones have the red connectors on there.
Okay.
And this one is super unique because it has individually hand soldered heat sinks on the chips after the person bought the machine, and that's basically an overclocked version of the S1.
Yeah. It's amazing though, because like the quality of them looks so much better than today's ASIC miners that are built.
Yes, and it's a simple design.
Yep.
But back to what you were saying. April.
Open the box.
Open the box. We're all about to breathe the same air of what's in this box. Well, this is my wife, by the way. She's actually the real boss.
Oh, yeah, we know how that works. Come on now. All of us married men, we know.
All right, so this right here is special.
Okay, why is it special?
It's special because if you read that there, it says made by Bitfountain.
Okay.
2013, original box.
Okay.
Never used, by the way.
Wow.
So this is a brand new hash blade that only does 10 GH.
Okay.
But the reason why this is special is because there's a guy named Fried Cat back in the day who worked with 𝐕𝐢𝐝 and other people in 2012, and they had a farm where they were self-mining hash boards, and their first product they ever made to the market is this blade right here.
That's impressive too, as I see it says 100 watts.
But the problem is that they didn't get to market with it in time. Avalon beat them to market. So this is the first unofficial miner. That's the first official miner that made it to market. And to have the first basically unofficial and the first official over there together in the same museum is awesome.
Very cool. Where did you find that?
On the website, on the Bitcoin Mining Museum website, we have an advisory team with OGs.
Okay.
Right now there's 12 of them on there they're from 2010, 2011, 2012. Some of them worked with these people back in China. Wow. And today they have connections. So they shipped that to me from China with people that know people that know people.
Oh, wow. So, that is impressive. So why don't you show us the latest product you picked up? Because I know you were doing some traveling more recently for one of your latest.
It was
the unit over there.
There's two.
Okay.
It's that, but then the other special one that was with that is the mini rig.
Okay.
So the mini rig.
Look at that thing.
The mini rig was made by Butterfly Labs.
Yes.
And this is the biggest thing that they ever made. And what's crazy and mind-blowing in today's world is that, you know how much this cost to buy on a pre-order back then? 1,100 Bitcoin.
Wow.
How much does that equate in today's money?
Can you imagine that in today's world?
Yes, but then they came out late.
Yes.
And they promised 1,500 gigahash.
Wow.
But when they released them to the clients, the few clients that got them, because they didn't make many of them, they only received 500 gigahash. So like on Bitcoin Talk, you actually see people that are like saying well, where's my other two?
Yeah.
You know, I'm supposed to get $1,500 for the money that I paid.
It seems very common, like as you talked about in the last piece with the hash board, it's like all these companies, 2013, were all rushing to get a product out to
It
market.
was the manufacturer wars.
And many of them were late. And this is another example of it, you know?
There were scammers and there was people with bad intentions, but then there was good people amongst all that too. Actually, what I like to call the first era from 2010 to the ASIC era is the pregnancy of Bitcoin.
Okay.
And Bitcoin gave birth when the ASICs were invented. So January 2013 is basically, to me, the first actual real Bitcoin miner.
That is
Everything prior to that was GPU, CPU, where you could use it for other things besides Bitcoin mining.
Yeah.
So this is the whole museum.
I know.
Strictly focused on SHA-256.
That is crazy. Why don't you show us, last thing we'll look at is the USB miners. You want to show us some of those there?
Sure.
Because I know a lot of the home miners are very interested in a lot of these USB miners. Super efficient. You can run them at home.
Yep. Looks like somebody's already analyzing the USB sticks.
That's right.
Right now.
That's right. We'll take a look here.
Did you use some of them yourself or what?
No, we did not.
No?
All right, we'll jump in here real quick.
Sorry.
Excuse us.
We're in a little...
Yep. So what are we looking at here?
So here is there's actually more than this. If I'm not mistaken, there's maybe 35 to 38 different USB sticks that are out there. Right now I have 16 of them collected.
Yeah.
There's some from Germany. There's some 𝐬𝐴𝐸.
Yes.
The founder himself will be here.
Yeah, I saw that actually on the list, yeah.
Yeah, so he'll be on the mining panel with me.
Okay.
But you have ASIC miner, same guy, Fried Cat, like I mentioned earlier with the blades. He invented the ASIC miner USB sticks, which I think is that one right there, the third one.
Okay.
And then Bitmain right after that started making their own U1 and then the U2. The U1 doesn't have a heatsink, the U2 does have a heatsink. But then there was this whole idea of helping decentralize mining back in the day at home by allowing just anybody to plug into with the USB into a laptop or whatever.
Yeah, I see a lot of people now, especially like home miners now within my communities, they'll go after a lot of these USB, compact F1s for solo mining.
Right.
And it's just their opportunity to participate, as well as kind of, as I call it, play that Bitcoin lottery.
Yes.
That's exactly what it is.
You're right. It's a digital scratch-off ticket for them.
Oh.
While they're having fun and learning at the same time.
Yes.
And helping decentralize the network a little bit.
That is great. So
Which I like
Tobias,
it.
I'm going to go ahead and do a quick montage of everything here for my community to check it out. But where can people learn more about the Bitcoin Museum?
So we built a website called BitcoinMiningMuseum.com, and I have two devs, one in Canada, one in Atlanta, that are both helping me to build it up. So shout out to Parker and Tyler. I'm actually wanting to build it up to a really interesting website that you can go in and click on stuff, and you can maybe even get 360-degree images of miners, so you can spin them around and look at them from every angle. I'm trying to get to that level. It's going to take a little while.
That's fantastic. Well, Tobias, thank you for meeting with me today. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for coming out. Appreciate you.
All right, guys, I am here with Ben Walsh with SunnySide Digital. How's it going, Ben?
Morning, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great. So guys, we're hanging out. We got everyone's setting up back behind us here. We kind of got in early to kind of check things out. Came across Ben here. SunnySide Digital. First time I had heard about the company a little bit. Tell us a little bit, what is SunnySide Digital?
Absolutely. We're A to Z digital mining and data center wholesaler.
Okay.
So, you know, from really A to Z, you know, what you're looking for to build out a data center or a Bitcoin mining facility, we can help facilitate that. So everything from, you know, the ASIC procurement to the switch gear to the mining containers to also even helping source land and, you know, different sites that are available out in the US right now. So really your one-stop shop for digital mining and data center needs.
That's great. So you almost have like an investor or a group approach you and say, hey, we want to get started. Where do we go from here? And your team goes ahead and kind of soup to nuts, takes care of everything that they would need.
That's right. We really take a white glove approach. So we like to take kind of a consultative approach and hear what the customer needs. And then from there we start to go after, you know, the different things that we need. So, you know, we don't just shotgun blast, you know, things out there. And, you know, there's a couple groups that do that, but we really like to hear what the need is, and then we'll go and tailor that solution set to their need.
Okay, so if you were to pick one ASIC that you guys think is your best seller, or there's the most popular one, what would it be?
The S19J Pro.
Okay, and what hash rate? What hash rate?
104 is the most popular.
Okay.
Hundreds up there, but really J Pro, J Pro Plus, the XPs, that's everybody that we talk to, that's what they want.
That's fantastic.
Most efficient that they can get their hands on for the most, you know, advantageous pricing possible. And kind of that sweet spot with the J Pros is you can find them used. So you're going to get more of a secondhand market pricing on those, which is what makes
Which is more attractive to some of these people, because at the end of the day, they might not be concerned about new or used. They're really just looking at their upfront investment in capital.
That's right.
Okay, so outside of that, guys, you also host a podcast that is related to mining as a whole, crypto. So tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, it's called the Hash Rate Happy Hour podcast. The goal and the focus for the show is all things energy and Bitcoin mining.
Okay.
Bitcoin mining uses a ton of energy.
I don't know what you're talking about.
uses a ton of energy, so it, you know, it quickly becomes a hot topic for either a utility company or an energy producer.
Yep.
I've been in the Bitcoin mining scene for a little over 3 years now, and when I first looked at the space, it's like, okay, well, where is this industry inevitably going to go?
Yep.
Getting as close to the source of generation as possible is where I see the Bitcoin mining industry going. And it's like, well, I want to have conversations with those people. The Bitcoin mining experts, the energy production experts. So my show is really trying to get both perspectives. I want to talk to the utility companies. I want to talk to the mining companies.
Yeah, that's awesome. So if you guys want to check it out, what platform is it on right now?
Right now it's on everything except YouTube.
Everything except YouTube.
Apple, Spotify, all your...
And what exactly should they search for to find it?
Excuse me, the Hash Rate Happy Hour podcast, that'll bring it up.
Okay.
I've got a website, you can check it out. You'll find all the episodes there.
What's the website?
HashRateHappyHour.com.
Perfect. I like it. Guys, go over and check Ben out over there. Ben, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So, pre-mining 2023 coming together really, really cool. You can see they made a ton of progress outside here. They have a ton of stuff outside. Inside's looking awesome. I can't wait to see it all come together tomorrow. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. Some impromptu stuff. Got a chance to chat with some people that I never would have thought I'd have an opportunity to, but had an absolute blast. More content coming to you the rest of this week. Keep an eye out. Give it one of these and subscribe if you're interested. I'll see you guys tomorrow.